I mean, if you have to lie and say that you went back through the evidence and are speculating at this point,
so
then do that.
so what are you saying? Are you saying that there was an insurance policy on Gannon?
Well, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I would think so. Probably with. I mean, he obviously had some health issues. Just from
No, that's not.
Was it just a life insurance policy?
Okay, so like I said, I'm not gonna be able to confirm or deny certain things, but let's just walk through this process, right? So you can't take out a life insurance, but in general, hypothetically, you can't just take a life insurance policy out on somebody else's kids, right? You can't name yourself as the beneficiary.
Yeah, you can. You can.
No, you can't. Because the person has to consent.
Well,
the person
not
who's
not
named
really.
as the,
Not by like. I mean, I know, like, my mom used to like extend life insurance policies on me, and I wouldn't know about it.
Right, but your mother is your mother.
Okay. So if someone, but if someone were to take out a life insurance,
take a life insurance policy out on somebody else's kids.
Okay.
You can't do that.
Okay.
That's illegal. You have to have consent, because what right do you have lawfully to collect? Like, I dare you to walk into any insurance company or bank and try to say, hey,
so the interesting
this
thing
random
would be,
child.
Yeah, I would be. It would be interesting because, like, my business, because I understand. I'm not gonna argue that factor.
No, I'm not trying to argue. I'm just letting you know, like, that's a key point here.
Okay.
So you have to have some justification for being able to collect and be a beneficiary on a policy on somebody else's life.
Yeah. So
I'm not confirming or denying anything here. I'm just saying that's the general rule.
Yeah. So if she, for some reason, if she was named as a beneficiary on, it would either be like her or Al, right? Or Landon.
Well, it's not Landon. Because Landon's not married. Okay, so do you know how USAA works?
Okay, so they're not, obviously not married with Al.
USAA rules are you have to be a spouse or dependent or child or even a grown child, but you have to have some direct relationship to a member of the military.
Yeah, gotcha.
So it's not Landon.
Yeah, so it could be her because she's a spouse, so she could go out and take out a policy.
Well, she can have access to a USAA account.
Yeah, she could have access to an account. But
she still has to give justification to get a policy on those children.
Yeah, but so that would just be like, did your brother sign that? Is it something he would have known about?
That's not something that he would have known about.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get to is Keisha made some claims about why the children were living with my brother, right?
Yep.
My brother is in the military and travels a lot, which means certain people, including the defendant, would need to be able to make decisions about the children and would need to be able to have lawful right to make decisions for the children and do things for the children while my brother's gone.
Yeah.
And there is a custody order that has her name on it.
So that would give her permission to take a life insurance policy out.
Maybe.
Yeah. That's crazy. So, and then that was there's a couple of people from there, huh? 2 people from USAA that were on the witness list?
3 people on USAA.
And then, was that, do you know who that passage, is that the transporter? That safe passage?
That's a DV shelter. I don't know anything about that.
It's like, what do you mean a DB shelter?
Like a domestic violence shelter. I don't know anything about that.
Why would there be a domestic violence witness?
Like I said, I don't know anything about that.
You don't know anything about that?
Nope. But the other thing that I was trying to get you to look at, and they spelled her last name wrong, but my niece is listed on there.
That's hard. Man, that's crazy.
So there are a number of things that are already out in the media that.
Yeah, why did they release that list but not the police affidavit?
Because the list wasn't sealed. They didn't ask.
Oh, I must have lost you. Are you there?
The list, yeah, I'm here. The list wasn't sealed. They didn't ask for it to be sealed. So by law, it's got to be released, right? It's public record.
Yeah, but I just can't imagine.
People brought this case.
Yeah.
So the people have a right to know what's going on. The people are a party. So it's public record unless it's under seal.
That's crazy.
So let me just walk you through the timeline of events here.
Yeah.
That you probably already know a lot of this, but you don't realize how much you know because you haven't had it really cut and dry. So and like I said, you got to release this information slowly, bit by bit. I mean, I'm talking about over the course of like the next month or so, because I do want this information to get out. Because now that it's out in the public, I can talk about it. But because I want the story to be told correctly. But
I'm listening, man.
So, the week before this happened, so Monday was the 27th of January, right?
Okay.
So go back to the 25th of January. My mother had been there for that whole week from, so I guess from the 19th to the 25th. She and Albert leave. They both go to the airport together because Albert was going to Oklahoma for training. My mom was going back to her home. Okay. Sunday, they did go on a hike. That part was true. Then Sunday night comes along, rather. So you saw the video that Tisha put out.
Yeah.
Of what happened that night, the night Kobe died, and you hear what my nephew is saying, what Gannon's saying on the video, right?
When they're talking, this is the video of, she put out like a couple of videos. You're talking about the one with the carpet stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, did you catch the very last thing that Gannon says right before the video cuts out?
What was it? I heard it, but what was it?
He says he's bleeding. He says, I'm bleeding.
I'm bleeding. Okay.
Yeah.
So she lets that video out. That is okay.
Right. I don't think she intended for that last little tidbit to get out. Because here's what I can tell you is confirmed, and then you'll start to understand what.
Okay.
There was a small fire in the house.
Okay.
There was a candle that was knocked over. There was some damage done, right? So, I don't know how Gannon was hurt. But what I do know is there's only two possible ways he could have been hurt. Either from the fire or because he got punished for causing the fire.
Okay.
There's only two reasonable possibilities.
Gotcha.
And this is also stuff that Tisha has put out into social media and everything. They found blood in the house.
Gotcha.
And she confirmed that because she was talking about how he had cut his foot or whatever, which was a lie.
Yeah, that was like in the garage or something.
Yeah, that was a lie.
Yeah.
So he didn't cut his foot. He didn't cut his foot at all. I mean, that's just bullshit. So Also, there's a car wash employee on the witness list. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
What is that? Because she went and tried to clean up?
I don't know. It may be. It may be. I don't know. And so then the next day, and see, we knew about the surveillance video way before everybody else too.
They have a lot of video, they said.
Well, they have tons because
That's the
Rod.
exact word he used, was tons. We have tons of video.
Yeah, because I mean, you think Rod's video runs
Why is this
24/7.
so? Green Mountain School, what is that? Is that where Landon went to school? Because the principal Poe from Green Mountain School is on the witness list.
What's the location on that?
That's page
No, but what's
20 of
what's
23.
the location of the school, the physical location of the school?
Oh,
what state is it in?
It's in Green Mountain School in Colorado, I would think.
No, okay, so it doesn't have anything to do with Landon. She did work at a number of schools. That's already out.
Oh, I gotcha. So there maybe it's a school, somebody from school. You know, the girl that I talked to is on this list.
Yeah, what's her name?
Yeah, I'm not as free with the sources.
Okay, all right. I mean, you don't have to tell me. I
can tell you she's on page 7. She's on page 16.
16. I caught that from the video.
Yeah, she's on page 16. She's 100% on there because I didn't believe her when she called in. I was like, what was your name again? I muted it and then got it, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, I remember that. So I have.
Yeah, well, and I'm sure that she, if they plan on it. So okay, here's the other thing with that. So and this I can talk about without any trepidation. I don't know Michael Allen's trial strategy. I don't pretend to. I'm not as experienced in criminal law as he is. I have some experience, but I'm not a senior deputy district attorney like he is.
He's about to be the dude in charge.
Right, he's about to be the district attorney. That's why they gave him this case. I get that, and I get the politics of it. What I'm saying is, so the problem that I had with that video, with that call being released, is if she, and nobody knew whether she did or not, if she had agreed with law enforcement not to release that information, and then she released it, then her credibility is gone because she lied to the police during the course of the investigation.
Yeah.
And she's going to have to be a witness in order to authenticate that recording.
Yeah, but No, I understand. She told me, she said, no, I left a message with them and they never contacted me back.
Yeah. So since then, since the initial release of the call, she's confirmed that she never made any such promise.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if she had, and we didn't know at the time if she had or not, if she had, and she broke that promise, a good defense attorney would find that out, would make her credibility look awful, and make it seem like she tampered with the video, or at least plant the seed in their mind.
No. So it was good. It was definitely good to get. That second call today.
It cleaned a lot of the issues up that I had with it.
Yeah.
And thankfully there was nothing.
Yeah, there was nothing
mind blowing on the.
It looks like they have a lot of stuff at the time. It looks like that. I mean, like if they're digging into her, if there is a motive behind some of that, if there's a motive with this insurance thing or. And they're digging into that. I saw there was some military police on here too.
Yeah, because this is a military family, and I mean,
so is he active duty or active reserve?
He's National Guard.
So National Guard. So he's
active duty National Guard.
Active duty National Guard. Okay. It's crazy.
Now
there was a lot of rumors flying around searches today, but from what I understand,
they were searching.
But they were searching. But
there was no coroner. There was no.
Yeah, no coroner. None of that.
None of that nonsense. They were just searching.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If they find my nephew's body, I'm going to know about it probably a couple of hours before you do.
Yeah, I mean, that's all. Yeah, I no doubt, and I'm not like I don't go looking for that stuff.
I know.
I kind of wait either till it comes to me, somebody texts me or tweets me, and then if I see something, I'll text someone and be like, how crazy is this? Or is this real?
Yeah, that's why I knew that body that they found on the Arkansas River probably wasn't Gannon either, because they would never have let the media anywhere near there if they thought it was Gannon.
Yeah, and I found out pretty quickly from people that were there, because the crazy place is I go fishing right there. Like, I knew exactly where that was at, and I was like, holy shit, that body's. But the thing is also I knew about that body because during another case the actual
dismembered woman out in the dumpster with her head in her hands.
The dismembered woman was already, so I had already looked into that one. So
but anyways, I knew that wasn't Gannon because I was like,
do they have any idea? Do they have any idea where she? Because like from the records that I've seen online, that Letitia, like the rental car stuff. And then there's rental car people listed on here from multiple rental car companies. And so
like I said, despite how awful she is, a lot of what she has said in the media is true. For example, she has said she was kicked out of the home.
Yeah.
And she had to get around somehow.
Okay. Because she don't have a car.
Well, she had a car, but it was seized.
Oh, they seized her car, so they
seized all the cars.
Yeah,
they seized everything.
No, I understand. So they seized everything of hers from the very start.
They seized and the truck belongs to my brother. That was my brother's truck.
Gotcha.
They seized that too, so he had to get. That was a whole thing. He couldn't. For a while there, they were staying in the home, but and she got all pissed off that Landon was being there, but. Where else is Landon going to go? Landon doesn't have any money.
Yeah.
I mean, Veronica has money to give Landon, but at that point, that's not what was going on. So, anyways, not that stuff matters. But so the other thing that I was kind of lost my train of thought there, but there's things that she said that you can, kind of, look into it and figure out a little bit more than, like for example, and this is already stuff that Nancy Grace was talking about how she lied about it. If you go on Crime Online, or if you watch or listen to her podcast on Fox Nation, because she has reporters down there and people talking about it. So what Nancy Grace was saying is something I had already noticed, but so for example, she claims she left her phone at the house when she took Gannon to go shopping, right?
Okay.
Then she also claims that she took a selfie with Gannon in the car while they were in the driveway when they got back. How you take a selfie if you don't have your phone?
Yeah. No, I understand. So she claims
so
all
the
this.
GPS pinging has to come from somewhere.
So who was helping her?
No, nobody was helping her. She has an Apple Watch.
Oh, so she leaves the phone. She takes the picture with her watch.
No, she didn't take a. That's what I'm saying. She didn't take a selfie. Or if she did, she this is another thing she would do. She would take pictures and send them and this is something she would do before all this. She'd take pictures and send them as if they were current pictures, but they wouldn't be.
Gotcha. So
she'd take a selfie and then
hold it for a week.
Hold it for a couple of days, and then send it and act like, well, see, I sent it on this at this time.
Oh yeah, but she has no idea that these phones just encrypt right on the picture.
Yeah, they timestamp on the picture. So what she'd do is she would delete the picture, but so the only evidence would be when she sent it.
Gotcha.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. This is a very manipulative, and you can tell that already. It's a very manipulative person. But the big things.
And then so she's been doing this for a minute now. Your brother, how long's he been traveling? Like how long would he left just recent, or would he come home for a couple of days? What was his schedule?
I'm not going to get into that.
Oh, I just wondered because, I understand.
No, it's okay. I don't mind you asking questions, but there are some things that I don't think are pertinent.
I got you. I just wondered, was she manipulating your brother, knowing, but prior, or is because if this is a thing where she took out if she took out a life insurance policy, that this is this could be very premeditated by months.
So, like I said, need to be very careful about how this information gets phrased when it gets put out. So you gotta make it seem like you put all this stuff together yourself. I can't be your source on this. You gotta make it seem like you noticed this on your own and you are just speculating.
And then if I'm right, then somewhere down the road they're gonna,
if you're right, you're gonna look like you're just gonna look like a smart guy.
Smart guy. Yeah, I understand.
Because there's other banks on there too.
Yeah, there is other banks for sure.
Point that out. If you point that out, you say, man, there's Wells Fargo, there's Bank of America, there's USAA. I mean, you know what I mean? Just make it seem like you're just spitballing.
I've got you. I'm with you. I'm so, but what, like, did she plan this?
I don't know.
Like, I mean, what is, I understand.
But let me just say, so I've reviewed the aggravating factors for the death penalty in this case. And Mike Allen decided not to rule out the death penalty, even though he knows the governor would probably commute the sentence even if he got a death penalty sentence in this case. He still didn't take it off the table.
No, but they only have a certain time now. He's under the clock now after she pleads.
Right, after she pleads, he's got a certain amount of time. But she hadn't pled yet. She hadn't been arraigned.
No,
he can make that decision whenever she wants. Or whenever he wants. So my point is, look at the aggravating factors. So in order to prove first-degree murder of a child under 12, you just have to have knowingly. Yeah. In order to get a death sentence, you have to have intent.
Yeah.
You have to intentionally kill a child under 12. You also can get it through pecuniary gain, which would be, for example, a life insurance policy.
Oh, okay.
So both of those aggravating factors would be present. And then there's always the classic heinous nature of the crime, especially heinous nature of the crime, which you probably would cite to that too as well, depending on how the specific facts of how and when and where she killed him. But all that being said, you like I said, the most important thing to me is that this information gets put out there, but not in a way that makes it seem like you're getting it from a direct source. And seriously, like delayed over the course of time. And none of this is stuff that you couldn't have. None of this is conclusions that you couldn't have arrived at on your own based on what you already have.
Well, yeah, for sure. But I've talked to you, so it's kind of biased altogether. Man, I understand. I don't know. I don't want to, like, I want to, I mean, man, like, if it's crazy to think, I mean, it's all there. Like you said, we're looking at it. It's all there in front of us. These witnesses are coming from all these places. If I knew the banks, if I just talked about the banks, I could probably make it feel like, there's questions behind all these banks, right? Like if you're going to 3 different banks, they want to talk to someone. She's moving money around from somewhere,
Yeah.
She's doing something. Bank of America,
Wells
Fargo, USAA. So there's money moving around. There's something going on. Is it real? I mean, is there anyone on? It's just her, right? You think? I mean, there's no one else because I feel like if there was another person, they would at least inform the public a little bit more, just because.
Well, they did. Did you hear what the FBI guy said at the press conference on March 2nd?
Maybe I missed it. That was
He said, "We do not have any credible information or intelligence to indicate a danger to any other children in the community."
So I guess that would be nobody else.
Yeah. Let me put it to you this way. And this is something, once again, that if you know the system well enough, you will know bullshit when you see it and when you hear it. So they claimed from the very beginning, until they announced the charges, that it was not a criminal investigation. She was charged on March 2nd.
Yeah.
What was the timestamp on the affidavit, on the arrest warrant?
Oh. Well, they haven't. Oh, I have. Which they haven't released their arrest warrant, have they?
Not the.
Oh, on the seal. On the seal.
Yeah.
Like on the seal was February 28th.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that's what threw me off.
They knew they were going to go get her and this was a leap year this year. So you got the 29th, the 1st. You got 3 whole days.
3 whole days.
3 whole days before they went and got her.
Yeah.
They knew they were going to go get her, which means they knew they had enough probably about a week before that. Are you telling me it wasn't a criminal investigation at that point?
Yeah.
You're out of your mind. This was treated as a homicide investigation from the moment they got involved. And there was only ever one person of interest.
Yeah.
And I know that because I've been told that.
Yeah, and she just...
And that is a piece of information you cannot release, because that is not something you could have known with the information that you currently have.
Oh.
There's no way you could have known that they only ever had one suspect.
Yeah.
No, I guess you could guess.
You could hypothesize.
You could hypothesize, yeah, but there's no way you can confirm that without somebody telling you. And then I think the only other thing I can say is that, oh no, she did talk about that in her interview, being arrested, and
yeah, she said they held her.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, they held me there.
Yeah, let me talk about that for a second.
Did they have that on body cam and video? Sure.
I don't know. I'm not going to talk about that. But let me tell you one thing. So there is a person from a particular department store, if you will, that sells a lot of clothes.
Okay.
If you want to look at the witness list while I'm talking to you.
I got you.
Starts with a K.
You got a page number? There's a lot of people.
I don't remember the page
I got you. Starts with the K. Kohl's. I got you. So the Kohl's. Is right next to the Petco.
Yeah, but she didn't go there on the same day. At least she probably went there twice. And it may not have been Kohl's, but it stands out in my mind because she also said in the interview that she did with Spencer Wilson that is that his name? Is that his name, Spencer Wilson?
Oh, Spencer, yeah.
The
interviewee.
So she said in the interview that she was buying clothes when she got arrested.
Okay.
What actually happened is, once again, this is not something you could have known without me telling you, so you can't release it. And you need to be writing this stuff down about what you can and cannot release.
I know. What do you expect for me to do?
You keep telling me you're not media. You sound a lot.
I'm not media.
You're proving it right now.
I'm not media. I am writing shit down. This is going by my memory, and I'm gonna be like, did he say I can? Did he say I can release this or not?
You need to keep track of what you can and cannot say.
So I understand. Oh,
so there needs to be a big no-no list.
A no-no list
for your podcast.
I got you.
And all of this is anonymous.
So you're talking about you're talking about the Kohl's thing and the clothes.
Okay, so she already admitted that she was running out of clothes when they caught her and they pulled a gun on her, and the keys were in her purse, and Harley got handcuffed and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, so all that's true, but what she's not telling you is, once again, this cannot be breathed until it comes out, and then you can talk in more detail about it when it comes out. She was asked to come to the police station for questioning the day that my mother got back to the house.
Okay.
because my mom left from her home and went back to Colorado. I'm not going to tell you where my mother lives. Back to Colorado, and and a bunch of my family was there.
Okay.
A bunch of people were there. Tons of people. I mean, shit. There's 6 of us. I think me and my other sisters. So there were 4 of us out there. You know, between Albert and 3 of my other brothers and sisters were there, and my mom was there. Not that that's really important, but the point is there was a ton of people there. They asked her to go for questioning to the police station, and she ran.
Oh, she was running.
And she had to go buy clothes because she thought she was going to be out on the run. And then they caught her because a detective happened to be there and they might have been, or I don't know. But they caught her. Now, I don't believe that she was arrested, but
they were trying to get her phone.
No, they weren't trying to get anything. They were just trying to get her to talk.
Gotcha.
They're just trying to get her to confess, basically, or do some kind of an interview, something they could lock her down on, some kind of timetable or some kind of piece of evidence that they could use against her at a later time because they knew she was going to lie to them.
Oh, I gotcha.
And well, they either knew that she was going to lie to them or that she was going to just fess up. So that's what happened with that. Was the whole I was handcuffed and I was questioned if my constitutional rights were violated. That's what actually happened. What actually happened is they asked her to come voluntarily. They let her drive herself, and instead she ran off and tried to buy a bunch of clothes for her and her daughter and go on the run. Which eventually she did run to South Carolina.
Because, like you said, this thing was sealed on the 28th, so they gave her a couple of days.
Well, she left for South. She had been in South Carolina for weeks.
Oh.
At that point, she left for Valentine's Day, sometime around Valentine's Day, I think.
Really?
Sometime after Valentine's Day. I don't know exactly when. But she had been in South Carolina for a while. If you noticed, and this is on the internet as well, her
You're breaking up there a little bit.
Well, anyways, that part I was telling you wasn't really important. Didn't have anything to do with the case. But, yeah, she was in South Carolina for a while.
That's crazy. So, like, what y'all? We're just gonna sit back now and watch this thing unfold. Then it sounds like they got her pretty good. Do they have a clue of what she might have done with Gannon?
Well, I think that the other couple of witnesses you need to look at on that witness list. There's one from Waste Management.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know what that means.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's the tampering with physical evidence charge or tampering with a body charge. I don't know. I have no idea.
Huh.
But that's part of it.
But they haven't. But that would have been. That would have been like. I wonder how fast they got on that.
I mean, I'm sure they've gone on it as fast as they possibly could. I mean, you know, this FBI has been involved in this case since the very beginning, almost. So,
yeah, if they were only looking at her, they were on it right away. But they haven't obviously found Gannon, so
right.
Yeah, so it's not like they have found but they're interviewing a waste management guy.
I think that might probably be more along the lines of the tampering with physical evidence, trying to destroy physical evidence.
Gotcha.
But let me just put it to you this way. All that's required for, I mean, she could have just buried the body, and that's enough for that charge.
Yeah.
Because she's concealing it so the authorities won't find it, because if you read the statute, trying to interfere with that process.
Somebody, the FBI must be on our phone call and knocking you out.
No, it's just getting bad service.
Oh, you're getting bad service.
Yeah.
Gotcha. No.
But anyways,
yeah. Well, man, you gave me a lot of info, bro.
Yeah. I just want to reiterate, like I said, the stuff about them having only one person of interest, that can't be released yet because that's, and the stuff about, you know, Houston.
Yeah, no, man. I you know, I don't. So it's going to be interesting to see. I don't want to mess with the case, but
no, yeah, but like I said, all of the stuff that I'm telling you to talk about is stuff that you could.
Yeah, I could have put it together just by the stuff they released.
I mean, some of this now Nancy Grace put on a podcast, like her lying about the cell phone thing, and her lying about, you know, taking him to go shop for a bicycle for my brother when they never even bought a bike, but she also claimed that he was sick from school and that he had a bag in his hand because he was puking, but you're taking him out on the town and you're letting him go to his friend's house at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when he's been sick all day. Like, that's bullshit. So, but that's stuff that other people have already talked about. The stuff that I want to reiterate, and I want to make sure that you get this clear, you know, the stuff about cops and the stuff about her taking the life insurance policy out, and the stuff about her, you know, being on a custody order for my niece and my nephew, like, that's stuff that you can't talk about, because at least not as far.
I have to put that together. I got to put that together somehow.
Well, before you start talking about anything on your podcast, I want you to check with me and about what you're going to be talking about before you talk about it. Then, if you don't have it organized well enough to feel confident,
I got you covered, man. I'm not gonna. You're not.
Them feeling nervous about the case being tampered with. It's not so much that I don't think that people should know about this stuff. It's just, you know, if the information hasn't been vetted properly, then that becomes a danger. And I'm not a witness in this case because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I wasn't anywhere near there. I'm not listed as a witness. The only possible way I could ever be a witness for her, and if they're that dumb, then she deserves whatever she gets. Because
you said she stayed at your house.
Yeah, she's my sister-in-law.
How long have they been married?
That's already been in the media. They got married in like 2015, man.
Oh, see, yeah. I mean, you know, I'm not like a huge, I'm not a sleuther when it comes to it. I'm more of a commentator. Most of my information comes to me from other people, you know? And so it's not like I'm some internet sleuth out there reading date of births and all that junk. Most of my information comes to me firsthand, and I, you know, relay a little bit of it, put some stuff together. But, yeah, for it to be out in the media, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, well, I mean, and it's also, I mean, it's that part's neither here nor there. They've been married for a while.
Yeah, so I just wondered. So it makes sense, though, like what you're telling me. They've been married for a little bit. She had some, you know, control of the kids where legally, you know, if they were to get sick, she could take them to the hospital. She could make life and death decisions for them, which makes sense when you start looking at all those bank accounts. And then if you were just to put together that life insurance thing, there's a motive there. If they have physical evidence of a life insurance policy, like, I mean, they have it. They're going to have it. If that's what it is.
There's 2 people from USAA that have been subpoenaed.
Yeah. No,
they're not subpoenaed yet, but
they're just listed. But yeah. That they're too random of people to just be random, you know. It's not like, oh, you know, so no, I understand. Dang, dude, there's a lot. That's craziness. No, man, I'm going to be respectful of this, and I'm let it set in for me. Check 1, 2, check. And we are live now with Dad with the Phone. We go into some personal information that you guys don't need to hear about, and talk about some things. That's mainly the gist of the entire phone call. I cut out, a lot of you guys were saying, oh, it cut out here and there. It cut out. Most of the cutouts were me. There were some connectivity issues and stuff. Listen, people aren't going to be happy I released this call. I doubt Al's going to be happy I released this call. I doubt the family's going to be happy I released this call. All of the information you pretty much heard right now, I had from way back early March into February. I can't remember if this call had to have been in March. I was thinking it was February, but it had to have been in March, because they arrested her March 2nd. So this call wasn't in February. I said somewhere in chat that this call was in February. The truth is this call was somewhere like first week of March or something. And so, and then all of a sudden the police affidavit comes out, and I'm reading the police affidavit, and I'm reading through this stuff, and I'm like, holy crap, this is all the stuff that the brother had told me early on that I didn't talk about. The stuff where the cops told her to come to the police station. She didn't show up, and then she was out shopping. They went and got her phone. All this stuff came out early. Again, you can take it for what it is. People are going to get pissed at me if I breathe in the microphone. They're going to get pissed at me if a family member calls me, tells me everything. They'd get pissed at me if Tisha Stauch called me, Dad with the phone up, and confessed the whole damn thing, and I played it. They'd get pissed, right? They'd all get pissed. Everybody'd get pissed. So everybody knows I'm Dad with the Phone. If you call me on the phone number that I put on the interweb, you are getting recorded. Now, if you call me on my personal cell phone, you're not going to get recorded. But if you call me at a number that I put out there, you're done. You're recorded. You're recorded. It's done. Now, whether or not, and I don't even have to tell you about it, by the way. I don't care where you live in the country, where you live in the States, where you live overseas. In Colorado, we are a one-party state. You don't have to tell anybody anything you're recording. You can just simply record it. That's how it works. Thanks for watching Dad with a Phone. If you've been entertained, you need to go over to my TikTok, over to my YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, and you need to hit them things up and hit like and subscribe to all the places you can. If you feel like throwing some money in the bucket, my bucket's been at the bottom of the screen the entire time. If you don't want to give, don't give. If you want to bitch about me putting my bucket at the bottom of the screen, then bitch about it. Then bitch about it loud. Y'all think I'm in this because I'm trying to ruin some shit. If I wanted to ruin shit, I'd have played this call the second I got it. I would have put this call online, live air, and y'all would have seen all of this stuff come to fruition via the police affidavit later. Then y'all would have all been pissed at me. Y'all have a great day. I hope I'm keeping y'all a little bit busy during quarantine. I hope I'm keeping y'all just a little bit busy. Thanks for watching. Y'all absolutely are fun. Y'all are fun. I love it. Some people got blocked tonight. They might not be happy they got blocked. I blocked people in chat today. Blocked them. Blocked them. Blocked them. Banned them. Y'all go share this video. Y'all go make it go viral. And then y'all be like, oh, Dad with the Phone release stuff. Can you believe people are mad at me for the affidavit getting released? The only people that had the affidavit before the police released it was Gannon's family, more specifically Gannon's parents. So the only people outside of law enforcement that could have leaked the affidavit is the family. I did not leak the affidavit, but people are blaming Dad with the Phone for leaking the affidavit. I just think it's hilarious. I think it's wonderful. You know what? If you need to blame something, just say my name.
Dad with the phone did it.